Welcome to Monetize Your Passion, the podcast for moms looking to make money from their passions while making a positive impact in the lives of others. I'm Tara Lawn, content creator, social media manager, and certified life coach. I want to help you leverage the power of content creation, organic marketing, and goal setting so you can turn your God-led passion and purpose into profit. My prayer is that you'll find inspiration from God, encouragement, and practical ways to monetize your passion. Hello and welcome to the show. So I had an episode already planned to air today, but in light of what's going on in Los Angeles with the wildfires, it just didn't feel right. So I'm recording this right now. It's Friday, January 10th. And I live in the Los Angeles area. A lot of people have been reaching out to make sure we're okay. We're safe. We've had several evacuation scares, but have not had to. It's just devastating on so many levels because we know people who've lost their homes. It's just a tragic event. So on this episode, I just wanted to talk about how we can use our passions for a good cause. I know a lot of people are asking, what can we do to help? What can we do for the victims, etc. So hopefully this episode will be helpful for those people wanting to help. So just so people are aware of what's going on, Los Angeles is battling devastating wildfires, with the largest being the Palisades Fire, burning over 21,000 acres. And then there's the Eaton Fire that's consuming over 13,000 acres. These fires have forced the evacuation of approximately 150,000 residents, and over 10,000 structures have literally been destroyed. There's been at least 10 fatalities, and the strong winds and the critical fire weather conditions are just making things complicated for containment efforts, and firefighters are working around the clock. Of course, they're doing a great job, but the containment is very low at this point. And to make matters worse than what they already are, the firefighters have had to battle dry fire hydrants. So they're going to put out these fires, but they're finding that there's no water in them. So imagine that devastation. And there's smoke from the fires that has significantly deteriorated air quality, posing health risk. And there's been several instances where we need to be on alert because we need to be ready to evacuate. We've gotten calls to be ready to evacuate. This morning, a new fire sprang out, and I had to wake my family, tell them to hurry up and eat breakfast because we were nearing the evacuation zone. Yesterday, there was a fire that broke out near my son's school that was 3 miles away, so I had to rush and pick him up from school. And I'm hearing all these emergency personnel rush by me trying to get to the fires. So a lot of people are scared for many reasons. And there's also arsonists starting some of these fires. So you can imagine the worry there. And it's just unsettling. So everyone's on really high alert right now because of just what's going on. And while it's easy to feel powerless in the face of this tragedy, I just want to reflect on how we could still be of service during this time, especially those thinking about ways that they can help. So we all have our passions, our gifts, and that's why you come to the show to see how you can monetize it and use your passions, your God-led passions to help other people. And this just feels like a great time to help other people. So I'm going to talk about 10 ways that you can use your passions to support the fire victims. And maybe there's other ways that you can think of, but these are 10 ways that I think that you can use your passions to support fire victims. So the first way is, if you're a digital product creator, you can design free resources for the fire victims. So resources like insurance claim templates, damage assessment checklist, building assistance resource guides, personal safety and health checklists, maybe temporary housing finder templates, family contact information sheets. There's so many valuable tools that the victims need right now, resources that they may not even be thinking about. And you can offer those products on your website or maybe on an Etsy shop. You can offer it to the victims for free, or maybe even proceeds from the sales can go towards the victims. Another way that you can use your passions to support fire victims is if you're a coach or a consultant. You can offer free or discounted coaching sessions that focuses on mental health, resilience, financial recovery, or just whatever your specialty is, because there are a lot of people who are going to be in need of those types of services. If you're a course creator, you can develop short online courses or share existing ones to help victims rebuild their lives. So maybe you can have a course on budgeting after a tragedy, emotional resilience, or, again, whatever your area of expertise is, maybe you can create some sort of mini course that will be helpful for people who are needing that type of collateral. The fourth way that you can use your passions during this time is if you are an e-commerce store owner, you can create something like a buy one, get one initiative or donate essential items to victims. So maybe you sell things online and maybe for every dollar or whatever sold, you donate a portion of that to the wildfire victims. I mean, you can be creative in this, of course. These are just some ideas. So if you're a blogger or a content creator, there's many ways that you can use your passions for a good cause. You can highlight stories of victims. Maybe you can share those on your blog or on your social media. And then during those segments, you can share available resources and encourage people to donate through your platform. So maybe there's some different organizations that you want to align with, and maybe you can use, one of these stories. Maybe it's a story of good of someone who's helped someone during the wildfire. Maybe that's a story that you highlight. And then during that segment, you can offer ways for other people to get involved and help during this crisis. So another way that you can use your passions for a good cause is if you're a freelancer, you can provide free resources. I'm just throwing this out there, like resume writing to help victims secure new job opportunities, because there's a lot of people who have lost jobs because businesses have burned down as well. So maybe that's something that you can offer down the road, maybe not right at this moment while it's happening, but maybe that's something that you can think about doing, is offering those services that will help people to, find work and just get back into the market after they've lost jobs due to this fire. So if you're a virtual event host, you can organize online support groups or fundraisers to provide immediate aid and build community. So you can host these events and just get these different groups together and fundraise that way. They can bring their platform, whatever person that you align with or whatever group you align with, they can bring their group of people, and you can figure out a way to creatively fundraise and use those funds that you receive to help the victims in the fire. If you're a social media manager, maybe you can volunteer to help local shelters or nonprofits manage their social media so they can spread critical updates. I think this is a great one. Even if you're not a social media manager, maybe that's something that you can volunteer to help out with, because during this time, there's a lot of updates that are happening and people need resources. So if you're managing someone's social media, you can you can help them stay up to date on things and be of great service in that area. If you're a content creator on YouTube or any other social media platforms, again, you can use your platform to raise awareness. Maybe you can share safety tips that you get from an established organization, or maybe you can have documents of relief efforts that you can post on your channels or in your social media stories. If you offer subscription-based businesses, maybe you can offer a free membership for a certain period of time to victims or dedicate a portion of subscription proceeds to relief efforts. So those were just 10 ideas. I'm sure there's many ideas. You can think about what your passions are. Ask God how you can help in this time. There's many ways that you can, and you have gifts, you have talents, you have passions, and you can use those to actually serve during this time and help other people. So if you are not in a position to help in any of the ways that I mentioned, and you still want to help, you still want to be of service here, then you can also donate. So there are so many organizations that are looking for donations right now. They're looking for monetary donations, resources, your time. And I will have a link in the show notes just to list off a few. The Salvation Army is looking for donations, for monetary donations. There's verified GoFundMes that KCAL has compiled a list of. Baby to Baby is accepting donations to support children impacted by the wildfires. The Los Angeles Fire Department's looking for donations. The list goes on and on. So go ahead and check out the link in the show notes to see if there's an area where you can donate. And lastly, you can pray. Prayer is always needed. I made a post on my Instagram of different areas that you can pray. You can pray for every person affected by this devastation. Pray for the first responders. Pray for God's protection over everyone. Pray for recovery and provision. Pray for the winds to subside. The list goes on and on. There's somewhere that you can help. So please help where you can. So I hope this episode was of value to you. I hope you see some ways that you can use your passions to be of help during this time. Or maybe you know of others that are looking to help in some way. If you do, would you do me a favor and share this with them? As you know, my podcast is meant to be a blessing to mothers, but what better way to bless others than to use our gifts to serve them? So thank you for listening today. Until next time.